So let's get started by looking at our fish. Now I have a whopper of a sea bass here. What I've done with it, it's been cleaned, gutted, the fins have been cut off and it's been descaled. If you don't know how to do that, just ask your fishmonger to do it. They'll do it for you, no problem. Now what I've done is I've scored thin lines into it, not all the way down, just to the bone. As you can see there, it's just opened it out, and that's going to allow the flavour to get in, and it's going to be great when we fry it. Now, very important, I'm going to have to take the head off of this because it's too big to go in any of my pans. So the head's going to come off and I'm going to just cook the body of it. If I had a pan that was big enough, I would love to cook it with the head on. So the first thing we've got to do is decapitate it. Okay, so I've done that. I've just removed the head. There you go. It will now fit into my pan. Now this is like a 2 kg fish. It's quite, I mean, you can see my arm and my hand. It's a real big fish. So now, throw that away? No. You can get that into some water with some celery, onions and stuff like that. Make a nice fish stock with that if you wanted. Okay, let's move on. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get plenty of salt and pepper onto this fish on both sides. And we're going to put some inside as well. We're going to get some salt and pepper in there as well. So generous amounts of salt and pepper on both sides, and we're done. So highly seasoned, head has been taken off, the fish is cleaned. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get over to the cooker. We're going to fry this in some oil, get it nice and crispy, cook it on both sides of course. Then we're going to remove it, and then we're going to make a nice garlic, ginger and some other bits and pieces sauce, and we're going to pour that over. Fantastic. So I've got my largest circumference pan here, and hopefully this is going to fit in now. I've got like 2.5 centimeters of oil. I'm using a sunflower oil. You can use any oil you want. We're getting that hot. We're going to grab our fish and we're going to drop it in. Just about fits. So what we're going to do is we're going to go about 4 to 5 minutes on each side. Now if it sticks now, don't panic. Leave it alone and it will actually release itself. So it might have stuck already, but just give it a few minutes and it will release itself. So 4 to 5 minutes on each side. It's going to be delicious. Okay, so I'm going to try and successfully turn this over. And as you can see, that looks beautiful. Okay, off goes the heat. I'm going to get that out and put it onto some paper towel. And then we can move on to making our beautiful sauce. That does look so good. Here we go, don't drop it. Success. So our fish is done and ready. Just going to take a look at what we're going to use for the sauce. So soy, I'm using a dark soy sauce, oyster sauce, white sugar, Star Anise powder, chopped garlic, thinly sliced large cut, ginger, some peppercorns and some fish sauce. We're also going to add to this some carrots, some bell peppers and some green onions. Let's get moving on this first. So here we are, I've got my wok here and I've got some oil in there. Again, I'm using sunflower oil. If you wanted maybe sesame oil could be good. I just want to show you I've got some thinly sliced bell peppers, thinly sliced carrots and some green onions there. We're going to start by chopping in our ginger. And as you can see, nice rounds. It's quite thin, but it looks wonderful. Just let this do its thing for a few seconds. And once again, it's going to infuse that oil and give it a lovely flavour. Now we're going to add the garlic, which is going to do the same thing as well. Now let's chop in those carrots and the bell peppers and the peppercorns. So about 2 to 3 minutes, high heat, keep it moving. So that was just 2 to 3 minutes. We've retained a nice crunch on everything, which is what I want. We're now going to add in that little bit of Star Anise powder. I love that in there. Some black pepper. Now I'm not going to be adding any salt because we've got soy sauce, salty, fish sauce, incredibly salty, and oyster sauce, the same. So I don't see any need to be adding extra salt. Here we go. So we're going to now go fish sauce, soy. I'm using a dark soy. Oyster sauce. And white sugar. If you wanted, you could be using honey or brown sugar. Stay on this high heat for another 2 to 3 minutes, stirring all the time. We've pretty much done it. Delicious. Incredible. Off goes the heat. We've got our green onions. Put in 90%. We need a few just for the topping for display. One more mix. Let's get this onto our lovely fried sea bass. That is looking incredible. I love it, I love it, I love it. A little bit of green onion. And that's done. A few sesame seeds if you want could be great. Hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Leave us a comment, we'd like to hear from you. We hope you're well, we hope you're safe. We'll see you soon. Lots of love.